WrestleMania 38 Night 1 is history, and it was indeed a very, very historic show. WrestleMania 38 Night 1, WrestleMania 38 Saturday, that is. This show, I mean, it was such a better show than I thought it was going to be. I would have never expected this show to be that good, and it was also historic, and it was emotional. So, literally, of all the matches, well, first of all, we got to talk about a couple things. First of all, this show, like I said, was legendary. Legendary. But of all the matches, every match that we saw, because remember, they pulled, and I'm not really sure why, but they pulled the New Day against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. They're moving it to Sunday, so it's on Sunday now. And so that match did not happen. But every single match on this show was actually pretty damn good. The only one that I would say was a bit weaker was actually the Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey match. That match was not terrible, but they got off to a really bad start. Ronda Rousey does not look natural in the ring. She does not look like she's a veteran, and she's not. And Charlotte looked a lot more natural, more smooth, more comfortable. What shocked me is the fact that Charlotte won, because we know that next year's WrestleMania is supposed to be Ronda versus Becky, and both Becky and Charlotte took L's. But man, so this match had some pretty smart spots in it. There were some pretty cool things here and there that I saw. There were some pretty neat reversals by Ronda and by Charlotte. But the second half of the match was great. The first half, not so much. But besides that, this show was so damn entertaining top to bottom. Now, talking about women's matches, and I'm going to get to Austin here in a minute. So, Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. First of all, I was shocked that Bianca Belair won. Second of all, this match was absolutely fantastic. There were incredible reversals. The finish of the match where Bianca caught her from behind when she had jumped off the ropes, that was freaking incredible. There were so many great near falls. Like 2 years in a row, Bianca Belair wins at WrestleMania, and it was the closing to the Becky Lynch feud, so I, for one, can't say anything bad about it. It was, I love that match. I actually really love that match. The Miz and Logan Paul against Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, dude, I cannot believe how good Logan Paul was. I could not believe. Logan Paul is more natural in the ring than Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey has a year or so of experience on him. And yet Logan Paul is in there smooth. He was able to do all the moves of Rey Mysterio and Dominic correctly. He did a frog splash, did a suplex. Like, he is a prodigy. Logan Paul, the same Logan Paul from YouTube, could actually be a wrestler. He showed, I don't know if he's quite as impressive as Bad Bunny was last year, but of all the celebrities, he really showed he can go, and he has a great look to him. That match was good. And then the Usos against Nakamura and Rick Boogs was good too, because it told a story. You know, Rick Boogs had the knee injury or whatever, and that played into the finish of the match. And I loved it. I loved that match too. It was only about 7 minutes. So that's the stuff that I liked. Now, we're going to get to some more stuff here in a minute, okay? So, Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin. A little bit too long for my taste. It was 8 minutes, 35 seconds. But Drew McIntyre chopping the top rope was freaking cool in the post-match. But the match itself, I think, was... I'm not saying it was bad or anything like that. It was a good match, but just a little bit too long. It could have been a lot shorter. And I feel like when they were booking out this show, they realized that if they didn't shave something off, it would have been a problem. And right now, the New Day being moved to Sunday, to me, was an example of that. And I feel like some of the other matches should have been shaved. Now, let's talk about the two big surprises, okay? Besides the surprising victories, like Bianca and Charlotte winning, I didn't think that was going to happen. But let's talk about the surprises. So, Cody Rhodes, folks. We've been talking about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you knew Cody Rhodes came out, and not Stardust, not dashing Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, came out, bro, and I was moved emotionally. The entrance, first of all, the entrances were amazing. The Bianca Belair one, Seth Rollins, the freaking fire was great. I love the entrances; they were great. I love Charlotte's very Ric Flair-esque entrance too. That was good stuff. But dude, Cody comes out and has the longest match on the show, this barn burner of a match. He wins with 3 crossroads, and after he does the Dusty Rhodes flip flop and the flippity flop, the Dusty Rhodes bionic elbow. Dude, that was freaking. I was emotional, yo. The fact that he came out to his music, the American Nightmare song, the same one he used in Ring of Honor and AEW, and it was the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, dude. That was Vince's big secret. Dude, I was telling you guys on Twitter, other social media platforms who were thinking that it was freaking Shane McMahon. Dude, I told you it wasn't going to be no Shane McMahon. And it wasn't Shane McMahon. Good Lord Almighty, what a freaking show. What an incredible show this was. And it was, and I'm not even done yet. So the KO show with Kevin Owens closed the show, and now we know why. I feel like an idiot, guys, because I had told people that I was not going to go to WrestleMania this year because Austin wasn't going to have a match. He was just going to have a segment. Then you start hearing that Austin was training for this. He was training and trying to get in good shape. Kevin Owens brings out Steve Austin. They have this hilarious little segment there on the KO show, and then Kevin Owens challenges him to a no-holds-barred match right there at WrestleMania. Austin accepts, and we have Steve Austin's first match in 19 years at WrestleMania 38, and we have Steve Austin's, in the city that Steve Austin started his career, Dallas, Texas, for World Class. He wrestled Kevin Owens in a match that was no holds barred, that was so much better than I thought it was going to be. Owens bumped for this man like crazy. He went through a table. He got flipped onto the announce table. He took a suplex bump to the outside. Even Austin took several suplex bumps in this match, yo. It wasn't anything too crazy, but he did take some bumps. Kevin Owens hits him with the stunner. It wasn't enough. It ends with Owens grabbing a chair, trying to hit Austin, bounces back in his head. He gets stunned, 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold Steve Austin closes WrestleMania 38 Night 1 in Dallas with his Texans celebrating. And I feel like such a fool because I really wanted to go to this match. I really wanted to see Austin, and now I feel like a moron for not going. I really wish I would have gone to this show, dude. This was emotional. If you were a fan of this man and you were a fan of the era that he's from, it hits you right in the feels. I mean, this and Cody Rhodes, those two surprises, plus some great wrestling throughout the rest of the show. There was very little gaga on this show. There was some cool, there's the America the Beautiful and some cool entrances, but there was nothing that was really, there was nothing on this show that I thought was, offensive. Even Charlotte Flair winning by kicking Ronda in the face, that was awesome. That was, because I don't like Ronda Rousey that much. I prefer Charlotte, and I don't even like her that much. My women in that company, I really like Asuka. She's my favorite one, right? Asuka's my favorite women's wrestler in WWE. Where is she at, But it was just awesome because I wasn't expecting it, but I loved all the finishes. Cody's finish, Charlotte's finish, Bianca's finish. There were no bad finishes on this entire show, in my opinion. None, and that's rare for WWE, guys. That is rare, I'm telling you. So, thumbs up for night 1 of WrestleMania 38, dude. I mean, I am still feeling it right now. That was an incredible show. It was memorable. It felt good. I'm watching it in my living room with my Austin 316 shirt, and it was a perfect way to close night 1 because there was no way that Ronda and Charlotte were going to get the pop that Austin got. There was just no way, dude. This was a very special show, and tomorrow here on Geekdom, on World of Geekdom, you're gonna get my review for WrestleMania Night 2, which has 8 matches. Which one will get cut for time? We'll see. But Night 1 was a damn good show. Damn good. Thumbs way up. Dude, listen, that fucking Becky and Bianca match, in my opinion, was better than Thunder Rosa Britt Baker in a cage. I'm sorry, but it was. And Meltzer's not going to fucking give it 5 stars because it was in WWE and not in AEW or in Japan. Listen, if you haven't seen this show, go out of your way to go watch Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Love that match. Just the whole show is great. I'll talk to y'all later.